just had a wonderful conversation with Cynthia Franklin, who is a beautiful sister locker who more recently, like thousands of other women who are making inquiries, decided to transition to knotted locks and is going to tell her story. And so hopefully I will post that video over the next few days. But some of the things that she says might alarm you, but they most definitely underscore everything that I've been saying here on the channel for quite some time. If this looks like the video that you know you need to listen to, go ahead, give it a thumbs up before we even dig in. Watch it to the end. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already at home, and if you are, I humbly extend my gratitude and thanks to you. Don't forget to show up in the comments section if there are questions that you have. I will continue to be supportive of Sisterlocks and Knotted Locks here on the channel to give you the information that you need, meaning I will be supporting Sisterlocks in the way of continuing to highlight some of the things that you need to be aware of. You with Tanisha Ali of Tanisha's Locks Beauty Tips and Potpourri, also known as the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Let's go ahead and get it. Welcome to Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri, the channel where we get it all in. You can also learn more about the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Thank you for stopping by. Meet James, who on January the 19th, 2023, decided to try the I Am Melanin Magic Magical Hair Growth Serum. He spent many years covering his hair with a hat. He and his dad had the same kind of patterned hair loss, and for many years, he simply could not grow hair in the scalpy areas. He often said that in the back, his hair was straight bald. That was until March when he decided to give I Am Melanin Magic a try. It had been a long journey, but after using the Magical Hair Growth Serum over an 8-week period, look at the results he was able to get in just 8 short weeks. A major accomplishment. The before and after pictures detail just the beginning of the growth after using the Magical Hair Growth Serum 5 days a week. When you take a look at the side of his hair, you can see the hair has grown significantly thicker and looks much healthier than it did in the beginning. All of this short-term progress with an investment of only 8 short weeks is very amazing, but it only represents one of the stories that the Magical Hair Growth Serum has in terms of the testimonies. Many others are having these results and more with consistent use of this and now our new Fearless Follicles. Now this is going to be a really short video, so I'm going to get into what made the biggest impression on me regarding what Miss Franklin said as a former sister locker, now convert to knotted locks. We talked about the denial that exists and even the confusion that can happen when you start to experience the early warning signs of hair loss, which don't always look like a crown with a whole lot of extra scalpiness or busted up edges where you know you've lost 4 or 5 locks. Miss Franklin went into depth about the feeling that you have when you know your hair doesn't quite look the same as it used to look. Or maybe someone says to you, have you gotten another loctician, or are you doing something different to your hair? It looks different. And somewhere within you, you can't quite place the finger on what it is, but you yourself know that something is not the same with your sister locks. For those of you who followed me on this channel for some time, you know that this is the niche and this is the population of women that I serve. Those people who are waking up from either a slumber or waking up from a denial, or perhaps you're just waking up to the realization that I need something else as an alternative to Sisterlocks because I'm not happy with where my hair is going, or you already know that this style is not going to be able to do it for you in terms of going the distance. So with Miss Franklin, the interesting thing is that she did what I recommend to a lot of you here on the channel, was to take a picture of your hair, get a before and after, and start really taking a look at what's going on. Even if you are sure that there is hair loss. Hi, Albie. Say hello to the Sisterlockers and the knotted lockers. Okay, go ahead, let mommy finish. Sorry about that. But you need an objective way to determine if you're actually losing hair, and if so, how that hair loss is actually happening, the various areas that it's in, and if it's progressive, if you're continuing to get your retightenings first and foremost. You then have to get to a point where you realize that there is actually a problem and that you simply can't deny it anymore. You have to understand that before you see the visible signs of hair loss, you are going to see what can manifest as the invisible indicators, like my soul is not feeling right, my intuition is telling me something's going on, I'm not really sure. Or you're going to start to notice micro symptoms. Things like what Miss Cynthia said, lots of white root bulbs all over the place that are being snatched out when you get those retightenings done. I remember seeing that for years, just all those little white bulbs, and folks tried to make me believe that that was normal. But I know I don't remember seeing that when I didn't have Sisterlocks. And I know what those root bulbs mean. That's the same as if I go out into my backyard and I pull up the root of a flower. I'm pulling up that root of that plant or that flower because I don't want it to grow back, right? Yeah. And so this is really something that's really important to take note of. The interesting thing about what Miss Cynthia said is that Sisterlocks was like a saving grace initially, even though she had problems with the idea of a grid and problems with the idea of the soreness and the redness of her scalp that would persist after she had her retightenings. As a cosmetologist, she knew, as a cosmetology student and a person who had been around hair for years, she knew that just something wasn't quite right with that. She wasn't supposed to be feeling hair soreness, and the thing with the parts and trying to maintain the parts, all those things seemed as though they were going to actually weaken her hair. She then remembered expressing to her loctician, well, is this, going to be good for my hair? And the response that the loctician gave her, which is amazing, she remembers it at this time as a very profound awareness now that she was being given then, that didn't quite make all the sense in the world in the way that it does now. And that was the response where the loctician said, well, it helps some people's hair to grow. Red flag, red flag. You cannot heap trauma after trauma after trauma on top of your hair. Tight retightenings, a lack of water and moisture that your hair is starving for, nutritive supplementation to help facilitate building a stronger foundation of your hair, to help facilitate resilience, and to help ease some of the friction that is going to happen when you have this hairstyle. You cannot not pay attention to those things and to continue to go down this journey and think that you are not going to be impacted by that just because right now you can't see it. Something that was very significant when she talked about sometimes having that denial about, is my hair really coming out, and is this something that I really need to start paying attention to, is this. But the being willing, she was willing to consider even cutting off all of her locks, and she has a head full of Sisterlocks, previous Sisterlocks. She was willing to consider cutting her hair off if she could not find a viable alternative, and had she not run across my video, and had she not been following this channel for some years. She was not willing to sit in denial. She understood, like I do, that you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. That eventually you too are going to meet with that major crossroads that's going to require you to make a really serious decision. And it doesn't have to be now. Your hair could be looking wonderful. I made the decision with this level of locks. I don't have what some of the sisters are going to share with you, like Miss Dana Hathaway, who's a loctician over in McDonough, who has the business Crown Therapy, who's going to come on and talk with us about, who's also transitioning to knotted locks. You don't have to wait until you get to the point of no return, or you get to the point where potentially your hair loss may be irreversible. Knotted locks is easy. You can knot your whole head in an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours if you want to take your time. Hair doesn't have to be a thing anymore. Hair doesn't hurt anymore. Hair doesn't have to cost you anything anymore. Hair doesn't really have to be a conscious thing that you think about all day long in terms of the retightenings. Can I travel? Am I going to have to move somewhere? Will someone be able to do my hair? Can I trust my loctician? All of these things. Can I oil my hair? Can I water my hair? These will no longer be concerns that you will have to have anymore. They simply won't. So the caveat I have to you today is to pay attention to what is going on with your hair. Make sure you watch the video with Miss Cynthia Franklin. Make sure you keep up with this channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. Remember that right now you're in the driver's seat. Your hair can look good for 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I kept my Sisterlocks for 13 years. But look how hard I had to work to counteract all of the stuff that I talk to you about on this channel all the time. If I was not convinced that this was problematic and it was going to visit serious consequences upon my own mane, there'd be no point of me shifting over to it in the first place. There'd be no point why the knotted locks would resonate with me in the first place. My hair, for all intents and purposes, when you look at all of the things that I've done with my hair, for all intents and purposes, my hair has held up, but I've had to work overtime. I've had to work overtime, and unless you're willing to be vigilant for years and then still get to the point where you have to make a decision to go in another direction, you best do it now while the getting is good, because I promise you it's going to visit you at some point. Anything that is hurtful, that is painful, that is against the natural grain and course of what is harmonious to your body and what will keep you in a state of health and wellness, whether it's the food that you feed yourself, whether it's what you put on your skin, whether it's how it is that you are maintaining your hair, whatever it is, eventually it's going to come to a critical mass and you are going to have to make a decision. Remember this. If you can't remember or you don't want to remember anything else that I've told you in this video, remember this. And that is, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when for the vast majority of you who are wearing these types of styles. You need to get on top of what it is that you need to do to maintain your hair. This is not, or it has not unfortunately been, the number one priority or responsibility for the person that maintains your hair. Even those of you who are do-it-yourselfers, it's just as easy to do it yourself with the knotted locks. That will definitely buy you some time, but eventually all of you are going to have to come face to face with a very serious decision about your beautiful mane. I hope you make the right one. And the first part of that decision, because there is no rush and knotted locks is not for everyone, the first part of that decision is to arm yourself with information and to pay attention to what's going on with your hair. That's it. That's why I do these videos, to inform you and to help you to understand that you do have options. You're with Tanisha Ali of Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri, also known as the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Go ahead to the website during the month of February 2024. Get your I Am Melanin Magic Magical Hair Growth Serum if you are afraid for your hair currently, or you know that your hair needs some extra support, or if you just simply are trying to build resilience and to have your hair grow faster. Get the premium oil blend in the blue 8-ounce spray bottle. You have the ability to get a 25% off discount for the entirety of the rest of this month. I will continue to bring you information regarding what is critical to your crown. I will see you around. Keep coming back because more will be revealed.
If you are not using I Am Melanin Magic hair oil, then what are you using?
Hey guys, so I started using this oil called I Am Melanin Magic since February of this year, and check out the new growth. Like, it's insane. Not only did it help with my new growth, but it smells amazing too.
See the dramatic improvements Denisha has made after not having hair around her edges for 3 years. Tanya's hair had been like this for almost 20 years, and while getting injections, her doctor said it was scarred and would never grow back. After 4 weeks of using I Am Melanin Magic, this is what she looked like. I Am Melanin Magic did this to Danette's hair after a short time. Hi, I'm the creator of the I Am Melanin Magic hair and skincare brand. My vision has always been to develop a line of products that meets the unique needs of melanated people. The I Am Melanin Magic hair oil is our premier product. It is the leading high-end supplement for your mane.
It reduces breakage, promotes growth, and can be used on all hair types and looks, from straightened hair and microlocks to wigs and protective styles.
It's antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-funk, so you know you're protected.
It softens and conditions your hair, and it's anti-frizz too.
This really is all you need. It's rich with antioxidants, loaded with growth-promoting ingredients. Look at the growth of my hair. The proof is in the product. Need I say more? Don't delay. Purchase yours today.
I Am Melanin Magic, and so are you.